Naguib Mahfouz's The Thief and the Dogs is a short, intense novel set in Cairo, Egypt, in the early years after the 1952 revolution. The story follows Said Maran, a thief who has just been released from prison after serving 4 years. Upon his release, he is consumed by a thirst for revenge against those he believes betrayed him, his former friend and accomplice Ilish Sidra, his ex-wife Nabawiya, and Raouf Ilwan, a once radical journalist and mentor who has become part of the establishment. Said emerges from prison to find that his world has changed. Nabawiya has divorced him and married Ilish, who also betrayed him to the police. His daughter, Sana, does not recognize or want to see him. Most painful of all is the betrayal of Raouf Ilwan, who had once inspired Said with revolutionary ideals but has since abandoned those principles for a life of wealth and respectability. Said begins to spiral into paranoia, rage, and isolation. He tries to reconnect with his old networks but finds little support. He is taken in briefly by Noor, a kind-hearted prostitute who provides him shelter and affection. However, his psychological deterioration deepens as his plans for revenge go awry. Attempting to kill Raouf, he breaks into his house but fails. Later, in a fit of rage, he shoots and kills an innocent man, which sets off a city-wide manhunt. Said becomes a fugitive, hiding in abandoned buildings and constantly changing locations. He sees the police and state as the dogs that pursue him and enforce a corrupt system. As Said becomes increasingly unhinged, the lines between reality and illusion blur. He is haunted by hallucinations, memories, and guilt. His internal monologue grows more fragmented and desperate. Despite brief moments of tenderness with Noor and philosophical reflection, he remains trapped in a cycle of vengeance and alienation. In the final scene, Said is cornered by the police. Rather than surrender, he tries to flee and is ultimately gunned down. His death is not heroic or redemptive. It is tragic and inevitable, the final act of a man who could not adapt to a world that had moved on without him. Analysis. 1. Themes of betrayal and revenge. At the heart of the novel is Said's obsessive desire for revenge. His sense of betrayal is deeply personal but also political. Ilish and Nabawiya's betrayal is familial and intimate. They destroyed his home and turned his daughter against him. Raouf's betrayal is ideological. Said cannot forgive Raouf for abandoning the revolutionary ideals they once shared. Said's thirst for vengeance, however, blinds him to any possibility of healing. Rather than seeking renewal, he becomes consumed by rage and self-pity. Mahfouz shows how revenge, rather than restoring justice, can become a destructive and self-defeating obsession. 2. The alienated individual. Said Maran is a classic existential anti-hero. He is estranged from his family, society, and even himself. After prison, he finds himself in a world that no longer has a place for him. His skills as a thief are obsolete, his beliefs no longer shared, and his former comrades have assimilated into the system. Mahfouz uses Said to explore the psychological dislocation of individuals in times of social upheaval. Said's inner turmoil, his paranoia, hallucinations, and violent impulses, reflects his inability to reconcile his ideals with reality. He sees himself as a rebel or avenger, but society sees him as a criminal. 3. Post-revolutionary disillusionment. Published in 1961, the novel is a subtle but sharp critique of the Egyptian revolution and its aftermath. Raouf Ilwan represents the generation of intellectuals who once called for justice and revolution but later joined the political elite. His betrayal of Said symbolizes the abandonment of revolutionary values for personal gain. Said's tragic arc mirrors the disillusionment felt by many Egyptians who hoped for radical change but saw little improvement in their lives. Mahfouz critiques both the old order, represented by the police and corrupt elites, and the new one, represented by Raouf, suggesting that true change has not occurred, Only the faces and power have changed. 4. Symbolism. Dogs, thieves, and dreams. The title itself is symbolic. The thief is said, the outsider who sees himself as a victim of injustice. The dogs are the state authorities, especially the police, who relentlessly pursue him. But more deeply, the dogs symbolize society's watchdogs, those who enforce conformity and silence dissent. Said's dreams and hallucinations throughout the novel are rich in symbolism. He sees his daughter slipping away, hears dogs barking in the night, and imagines himself in philosophical conversations. 5. Style and structure. Mahfouz departs from his earlier realist style in this novel, adopting stream of consciousness narration, rapid shifts in perspective, and fragmented internal monologues. Much of the novel takes place in Said's mind, which becomes increasingly unstable. This modernist style immerses the reader in his paranoia and rage. The narrative oscillates between third-person descriptions and Said's inner voice. 6. The role of women. Women play a minor but significant role in the novel. Naguib, Said's ex-wife, is portrayed as practical and pragmatic. She leaves him to find stability with Ilish. Her rejection devastates Said, but Mahfouz does not demonize her. Rather, she is a symbol of survival in a changing world. Noor, the prostitute who shelters Said, provides him with genuine affection and care. Her name, meaning light in Arabic, suggests a possible redemption or hope. Yet even her love is not enough to save Said. He is too consumed by his inner darkness to accept her help. 7. Fatalism and tragedy. From the beginning, the novel feels destined to end in tragedy. Said's actions are driven by a sense of fatalism. He believes he is meant to suffer, that the world is unjust, and that he must take revenge before dying. This belief creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Mahfouz crafts Said's downfall not as a moral failure but as a tragic inevitability. Said is not evil, he is wounded, disillusioned, and lost. His story is a modern tragedy, a man destroyed by the very ideals he once held dear.